Good morning. Hi, Jin Jin. She acts like she can't see or hear me, but she fully knows I'm here. She's just ignoring me. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Jin Jin is one of our oldest donkey. Um, and one of the conversations that we have around here is that our days of Jin Jin are numbered. Those are sad conversations to have, but we need to be realistic about it. And what we do is we focus on what a good life she has. She is happy and she is loved and she is strong and healthy and she enjoys every day of her life. She grazes on the green grass in my yard. She gets smothered and loved by people. She runs around like she's a queen of her own domain. She has her private residence that she goes to bed in at night. And we need to really focus on what a good life she has, so that when this time comes that we have to say goodbye, we can celebrate her life instead of be mourn. But hopefully, we have years and years left. Hi, baby girl. She has her own fan. She's like Beyonce. She has a good life. You're a sweet girl. We're gonna start somewhere different because we start with Roxanne every Sunday, and she's a spoiled little nugget. We have a volunteer named Sue who wrote a little storybook about Roxanne, a photo storybook, super sweet and clever. What is that? It's not Judy and Linda. Oh yeah, everyone's coming back early from breakfast. I think we'll go down and see Mikey. Then we're gonna go see Lucille because Lucille's having her baby today. I told Dr. Kate that I'm an expert at predicting babies, and if I don't get it right the first time, she's never gonna believe me again. So we need this baby to come. It'll be our last baby of all of our donkeys. Lucille's the last one to be pregnant, and then we go to Texas in October and start all over again. Hello, everybody. Hi, Suzanne. Susanna. Is it Suzanne or Susanna? Susanna. Hi, girl. Mikey. Who is he trying to mount? Hi, Susanna. So every now and then we have an adopter who reaches out because they had two donkeys and one died, and they're looking for, hi, girl. Hi. They're looking for a companion. But because our donkeys are all bonded, we very rarely have any standalone donkeys. and Susanna is one of them. She's very sweet. She's not bonded with anybody else. She loves people. So her and Fran are two donkeys that we sort of have on reserve for when we need a donkey to help heal a heart. She'd be perfect for that. Then there's Holiday. Hi, Rosalie. This is Rosalie, Holiday's mom. And this is Holiday. Hi, buddy. Hi, Holiday. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Have you seen those TikToks where they're like bark at your dog? I just did that. Bray at your donkey. Hi, girl. So Holiday just wasn't in great shape when he got here. So many different little things that we were worried about. But having Dr. Kate here, she was able to spend several different days doing diagnostics and x-rays and really looking him over. And I think because he's so big, he grew so fast as a foal. He has some plate issues in his legs, so he has some places where he has bone on bone. So he has arthritis, and it's something he'll have to deal with. Um, but there's nothing scary going on inside of him with his blood work or his muscular skeletal development, which is just great to know. So then we just manage all of these little random things, and we know that we're not fighting like something bigger. We do have a massive love buddy. I think he was raised like Roxanne, but now he weighs 700 pounds. He's very, very sweet. So they all moved over here from Pasture 5. Rosalie, her baby, Holiday, and Susanna. They did not come in together. Then this is Rufus. I wanted to say hi to Mikey, but I don't see him. Hi, Roof. Hi. Oh my goodness. Rufus still gets put up at night because of his leg issues, but he's doing great. Um, but when we let him out in the morning, he just goes crazy. Hi, buddy. And we have moved them out of pasture 2 into pasture 1, so they all have more room now. That's Cassette, who's dealing with cancer on her chin, and her baby Becky Lou, and Lemongrass, and Jeff, and Mary Lou. Hi, April. Hi, Susan. Hi. April, you let me say hi to you yesterday. You let me do it again? Hi. Hi, April. Hi, Boone. April, don't be so grumpy. Let's go see this girl. This girl's super sweet. Hi, Boone. Hi, Molly. Hi, Davina. Hi, Malcolm. And what's Malcolm's mom's name? Hi, girl. Hi, Lulu. Come here. Hi. Good morning. Good. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Hi. What do you think about this big pasture out here? Do you like it? Do you like it? This is Lulu, one of our youngest babies. Her mom is Renee. Not such a fan of people, but okay. And over here we've got, yeah, we'll go say hi to these donkeys. So we have 30 donkeys over here. Actually, we got 27 donkeys over here. This is our next group to go to Potter Valley. So this is a mixed gender herd. Right now we have two pastures at Potter Valley 1, Potter Valley 2. Potter Valley 1 is all of our boys. They've already moved, and there's 30 of them. Potter Valley 2 is going to be this group. Right now there's 27 down here. Then we're going to move LA Spice and Bonky to make 30. And they're going to move on Tuesday, September 16th. And then we'll have 65 donkeys at Potter Valley, which will free up a lot of space for us to go and get more donkeys. Hi, Elvis. So these donkeys, they're not all unfriendly. Some are friendly, um, but they just aren't totally reliant on human interaction. So Elvis is fine with human interaction, but his mom is not. Hi, Elvis. So to keep his mom happy, we're sending them both off. Um, and then his mom's best friend is Libby. And there are other young boys going out there as well. So JoJo and Charlie Brown will be out there. So he'll have plenty of young boys to play with. She'll have older women to hang out with. Um, Hi, Elvis. And then certain volunteers will still go out there. Um, Hi, Jordan. Oh, good, because Jordan should be friendlier. Hi, Livy. Livy, you like me. Hi, Libs. Hi. Good morning. Hi, baby. Oh, don't leave me. Okay. Lemongrass, what are you doing? So Livy, who for the most part likes to be left alone, but if she trusts you, she likes a good butt scratch. She'll still get that. Hugo will be out there full time. We'll have other part-time employees out there. And then 4 days a week we'll have volunteers. So if she wants to come down off the hill to get a butt scratch, she can. And if she wants to stay up on the hill and be left alone, she can. It will be a donkeys first situation where they'll be in charge of what happens to them. Um, and it'll be a closed location. So this will always be open. You can set up appointments here through Madison. Potter Valley will be a closed location. You can't just go out there because we know that people are curious and we want to be good community members. We're having 4 open barn days. I think those days are getting posted this week. Um, and so we'll invite people to come, meet the donkeys, meet our rescue, see the operation. But then we're going to shut it down to visitors, except for pre-approved, pre-trained volunteers. Hello, everybody. So for the most part, donkeys that just want to be left alone. Ellen, Penny, hi, Lorraine. Hi, Jojo. What are you going through, buddy? What are you going through with your skin? Hi. So Jojo and Lorraine are going out there because Jojo has some health issues. This current skin outbreak aside, he's got a slippy patella. So he has a back joint that keeps slipping out. Um, will somebody please send me a note? Uh, Jojo's skin. I think we just need to keep him on steroids for a few more days. I'll talk to Dr. Kate about that. But he needs to be walking up and down that big hill and strengthening his back legs. So we're going to move him out there. Also, they're part of a family of five. EO is one of them, and she would rather never encounter a human. So it gives lots of issues out there. Gets JoJo the exercise he needs. He gets Lorraine the exercise she needs to try to get some of this weight off. And then it allows EO to be unbothered. Whoever sends me this note about JoJo, say particularly his neck. Sorry, buddy, we're trying to help you. What did you get into? What is it that's different in this chapter that wasn't in five? Started to do that in five. Huh? He started that in five. Hi, everybody. Now I'm itching. Any questions or comments? We're not getting into the literary business, but I'm happy to share it with you. I'll put it in the volunteer center. Hi, everybody. So we've got Momo and Tay Tay. Momo, who has come around, Tay Tay, who hates people. They're going to go. Dina, any of you who have seen Mean Girls from the early 2000s, she's not the head of the Mean Girl crew, but she's one of them. Dina, Faith, and Penny walk down the hallway and snub people. This is Shirley and Charlie Brown. And there is Steph and Dolly. Hi, everybody. Hi, Steph. So here's what I'll say about the TV show. I am a powerful, capable man. I have done massive things in my life. I have done massive projects. I have launched massive businesses. I have adopted a kid that needed massive help and turned his life around. This TV show is the heaviest lift I have ever done. It is so much work. It is so complicated. And I'm going to get it done. I mean, there's a few people like Josh and Kenneth and Phil, my co-founder. There's a few people who have never lost belief that Ron King will get it done. I lost belief from time to time. Um, I am going to get this done very soon, and I'm going to have news to share with you very soon. Despite the fact it's been 2 years, I work on it every single day. Um, and when it happens, likely on Gen 1, when it happens, it's going to be huge. It's going to change the game for this organization, and it's going to change the game for donkeys. But I just don't have anything to share with you yet. So hang tight. But no, I've never stopped working on it. It's going to happen, and it's going to be amazing. But it is hard work. So we moved all of the donkeys out of P1 into P6 that are moving to Potter Valley. And we did it for a couple of reasons to get them used to living together and eating together. Also, to watch and see, is there any bond that we're breaking that we're unaware of? And if you know Oscar's Place, you know that every single one of these decisions gets talked about for hours and hours and hours of endless meetings. So Josh and I and Kenneth before he left and Hugo and Alex, we have all sat down with massive spreadsheets and gone donkey by donkey and talked about personalities and behavior and training and bonds to come up with this group. So much thought goes into every single decision around here, including what fonts we use, what letters we capitalize, what color our structures are. Like everything is so fucking detailed. Um, anyway, uh, so we moved them over to watch the fence line. And interestingly, we do notice some fence line stuff. What we try to decide is this because the living grass is in heat and everyone's just curious about her? Or does living grass have a friend over here? I'm pretty confident we have the right group of donkeys over here. But we are watching it, and we did it early for that reason. Where is Jordan? Is it this is Jordan, right? Or is that Jordan at the Oh, so this is Mavis, Libby, Lori. That's Jordan at the water because that's Maggie. Maggie is a funny, funny donkey. But so here's Cassette and Becky Lou. Why is Cassette putting over here? Are these her donkeys? Are these donkeys she came in with? Jordan, hi. Come here, girl. Hi, Maggie. You always look like you got woken up in the middle of a scary dream. Doesn't she? Her eyes are always like super big. Her ears are straight up. Like that's how I look at 2 o'clock in the morning when I wake up. Jordan, probably our donkey that likes humans the least, wouldn't you say? Yeah. I wouldn't mind sending if Cassette is bonded or not Cassette. If yeah, Cassette. If Cassette, hey Jordan, I came over to say hi to you. Jordan, come here, girl. Hi. Hi. I've been looking for you. I just want to say hi. I just want to say good morning. Hi. I mean, we don't know yet. We haven't solved every single outstanding issue. I think to the extent there are updates to share, And then maybe, who knows, maybe Josh and I will head out once a quarter and do Sanctuary Sunday out there. So some, sure, but mostly your updates are going to be from this location. Um, it's just the way it goes, but we'll try. And you can always ask questions about donkeys. Hi. I love you, girl. I want to be the location where the wife be. I don't want her to lick me, and I don't want her to bite me. Don't know which one she's trying to do. Hi. You smell my face cream? It's expensive. It's expensive. Hi, baby. Oh, I have a soft spot for Jordan. Maybe because I've had, I've been arm deep in her vagina. Did we bond over that, girl? Dr. K is gonna, she gave her exam last week. And she's gonna go a little bit deeper this week. I think she's gonna do a rectal exam on her just to make sure that with that horrible delivery, that no damage was done and that she's a healthy donkey. We're only sending healthy donkeys out. So that brings me back to this donkey. Is Cassette on the fence because she wants their food? Or is she on the fence because one of her friends are over here? I would hate to think that's the case. Oh, wasn't Cassette and Maggie bonded before Cassette had a baby? Wasn't that her? Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Hmm. Well, whoever's sending me my notes, please send me a note that says Cassette and Maggie. So I'll just walk you through what it's like to work here. So we moved our donkeys over here so we can watch for this behavior to make sure we're not breaking bonds. The behavior we're watching for is exactly what you're seeing right here. So this donkey is telling us there's a donkey she's bonded over here. Now, what I now am remembering is that Maggie and Cassette were bonded really strong. Maggie is very codependent on donkeys. So she used to rest her head on this one's back. But then this one had a baby, and well, somebody also send me a note that says Winnie's face, Winnie's eye, particularly. So then Maggie made another friend with Jordan, and that made us all super happy because Maggie needed a friend and Jordan needed a friend after losing her baby. So that's great. But then here we've got this donkey stressed about not being with Maggie. But this donkey cannot go to Potter Valley because we're only shipping healthy donkeys to Potter Valley, and she has cancer on her chin. So then either the three stay, which isn't right for Maggie. Maggie wants nothing more than to live away from humans. So Maggie would be so happy out there. But we keep the three so she has her companion. Or we say, you've got your daughter, Cassette. Be happy with that. We're going to ship off Maggie and Jordan. But Cassette has to stay for cancer treatments. It's a tough one. Winnie's eye, however, looks fucking terrible. What is it, girl? What'd you do to your eye? What'd you do to your eye? It's swollen shut. I bet. So It's stressing me out. What are we gonna do with you? Pickles will not be going to fight now. So this is definitely something we have to figure out. Who was her daughter? That one right there, Lisa Ann. I don't want you to be stressed out, Cassette. Hmm. Well, gosh, that's interesting. Hi, who's this? Hi, Remy. Who is Elvira's, right? Elvira. Yeah. So that's Lisa Ann, if that's Cassette's child. Yeah. Elvira is Remy. Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna go up and see Lucille. Welcome this new baby that's been born over the last 40 minutes. We are going to block all of this off this week. OB is going to come out and put up wire, and we're going to get donkeys off that hill. There are some advantages to them being there, but ultimately, I'm afraid of land erosion on that hill, so we're going to get them off. Hi, babe. Beatrice is doing really good. She, we have switched her pain meds up, and I think she's responding better to this new pain meds. She's walking in a nice way. She's walking at a nice pace. Hi, Patches. Hi, buddy. Zeus, what's up, bud? Hi, babe. Hi, Waffle. Hi, Zeus. Hi, Whisper. Hi. Probably our next donkey to say goodbye to. It's going to be Waffle. We have moved Judy and Linda in here just for a couple days because Judy has a very painful abscess, and we don't want her having to walk far to food. Oh, here comes the baby on live. Squeeze it out, Lucille. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Pepe. Hi, Judy. Hi, Linda. Hi, Grace. She likely has cancer, advanced cancer somewhere inside. We haven't been able to find it, but I'm not going to send her to the hospital. She's lost 100 pounds in 6 months. We have her on aggressive treatments that are either going to slow it or not. Um, but she does not look like a healthy, happy donkey that feels good. You know what's funny? How much that question annoys me. Uh, Not that you ask it. I'm going to explain it to you in just a moment. Good God, you're close. Somebody commented a couple weeks ago. I really hope Ron isn't just like this when the camera is rolling. Uh, and it got on my nerves because if you follow us, if you know me at all, if you're a guardian and you attend the guardian Zooms, which are one of the benefits of being a guardian, then you see me cry and agonize. I'm very authentic and I'm very transparent. And I fall in love with every donkey. And when we say goodbye, it breaks my heart over and over and over again. Um, and so to say, I hope Ron is like this when the camera isn't rolling, feels a little bit insulting. Um, but it's obviously asked by somebody that doesn't know me and that isn't a guardian and doesn't attend our guardian Zooms. And so fine, you're allowed to ask the question. But this question is a little bit different. This question is, do I do this every day? That answer is no. And I'll tell you what's interesting about that. When you're really good at something, you end up doing it less and less. And so in the corporate world, I was really good at sales. And because I was really good at sales, I kept getting promoted. And the more you get promoted and the more you have to run and the more of a boss you become, the less you do what you actually loved. So in the end, I wasn't doing sales at all because I was really good at sales. I was running businesses, um, which involves all the boring stuff and none of the good stuff that I got involved in. And it's the same. So in the beginning, we launched 4.5 years ago. I scooped poop every day. I fed donkeys every day. And then over the years, of course, I spend lots of time, as much time as I can, out with the donkeys. But also, I have a marketing team, I have a legal team, I have an accounting team. I have 7,000 donors. I have 140 volunteers. I have an admin team of 3. I have a grounds team of 6. I have an animal team of 4. I have an on-site vet. I have a facilities manager and a facilities team. I have an insurance broker. I have uh, schedules that I have to work on. I have workman's comp insurance that I have to prove compliance on. I have marketing plans that I need to approve. We have a new website in development. We have a creative team that works on our fonts and our colors. We're revising our color scheme. I have growth that I need to work on. I have a major donor that is wanting to give us a major gift. To do that, he needs due diligence paperwork. I need to give my 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plans for strategic growth of Oscar's Place. I need to submit budgets on how those 1, 3, and 5 year plans are going to come to be. We have 2 expansions. Both of those budgets need to be done, and the fundraising needs to happen. I'm planning an auction in October and an auction in December. And that's just the stuff I can rattle off the top of my head that I'm working on today. So I spend way less time with the donkeys than I want to. It does not make me happy, but my life's mission is not to make me feel good. So I'm not committed to making me feel good by as much donkey time as possible so that Ron King dies having loved donkeys. I'm spending my life creating a better world for the donkeys so that when I die knowing that I have done everything I can for these animals. And what that means is that I spend more time at my computer and more time doing the really boring, really annoying part of this job because I can help more donkeys in the end if I put my skills to use there. So I am out with the donkeys every day. I try to do a lot of tours on my own, and I try to do Sanctuary Sunday because it's an excuse for me to get out here and do this. But the rest of the day, I'm going to be at my computer, rubbing my temples and throwing my pens against the wall because I can't get my budgets to match. And all day tomorrow, I'm going to be at my computer. And now that we have a second location, I spend a lot of time in the car driving back and forth. So Donkeys are why we do what we do. Josh gets lots of hands-on donkey time, and I don't because my skill set is better used at the computer. Someone said simple question. I mean, I wasn't ranting out of defensiveness, just so everyone knows, but it does make me realize. Let me give some context to what I spend my time doing. So in here we have Lucille. Lucille's getting ready to have a baby. That's Grace, and Grace is Lucille's youngest baby. This is Pepe. I believe Pepe is Lucille's second youngest baby, and this is Jamie, and he just doesn't fit in the equation. So, from a math perspective, she can't have had all three of these babies. It doesn't work. They're pregnant for 14 months, unless there's twins. Um, so we think probably he came from the same farm that they came from, and he knows them and he's bonded with them, but he's not directly related to them. Uh, so it's Lucille, her oldest daughter, Pepe, and her youngest daughter, Grace, and then her stepson, Jamie, and then she's gonna have another baby. So she'll be a family of five. Yeah, I suppose. But we've seen Grace nurse. So it's these two could be twins. Be really rare, but who else has another simple question? I'll stop ranting. I'm not ranting, by the way. I'm just explaining. I wish I could spend every day out here doing this. And I wish Josh could do our workers' comp quotes. Get him away from me. That's right. That's right. You take all my love. You take all my love. She's really close. I would too if I had something that big in my belly. Jeez, you're huge. My God, she's huge. I hope there's just one baby in there. Oh my goodness. I wonder if she did have twins, if she's got the twin gene. Like, I wonder if it's like humans where you're likely to have them. All right, let's go say hi to Orca, then let's the phone. Oh my goodness. Because Josh laughed at me, now I feel bad for going on that little rant. Hi, Goose. What's up, buddy? There's Mikey. Mikey, I've been looking everywhere for you. Mikey, don't you dare walk away from me. Don't you dare walk away from me. Hi. Hi, Mikey. Also, I couldn't memorize this many names if I was never out here, could I? Hi, Mikey. I delivered, Mikey. Big ass boy. Hi, buddy. Who do we have locked up and why? That is always the question when Sebastian works. Hi, guys. Hi, Calliope. Hi, Beatrice. Are you all done? Are you all done? You want me to open the door? Let me just make sure. Everyone relax. Let me just make sure that you're done. Okay, you're done. I see it. For those that were asking, here's Beatrice. Looking all good. Looking all good. And Patches. And Babe. They want the air conditioner turned on. It's like a 4-story condominium now. I have to look everywhere. All right, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for spending Sunday morning with us, and we will see you next week.